Stranger Things 4 has a lot going on, but did you catch all of the stuff behind the scenes that helps make it special? After all, Season 4 of Stranger Things took its sweet time to get here, and that left a lot of people wondering just how twisted, dark, and fun things were going to get. Volume 1 is out right now, and Volume 2 is coming out in just a month from now, so that's plenty of time to dissect all that has happened in the new episodes. But what about what happened behind the scenes of the new episodes? We're gonna show you 16 examples of cool behind-the-scenes stuff. Number 16. Eleven's outfits. You may have noticed Eleven's costuming this season is less vibrant than in Season 3. The outfits are meant to still be very tied to the Hawkins colors as opposed to integrated into the brighter California colors, visually showing that she is still out of place in her new home. Will's costuming is also still very tied to Hawkins' colors and patterns, showing he's not adjusting to California life easily either. This perfectly showcases how the series tries to tie everything into the mood of the cast and what they're feeling or doing. The Byers and Eleven may have had to move away from Hawkins after what happened at the end of Season 3, but that doesn't mean they don't miss all that they lost, and their outfits prove that. Number 15. The cost. Each episode of Season 4 is said to have cost $30 million, meaning that the entire season has had a budget of around $300 million. It is one of the most expensive Netflix shows to date, so it's a good thing it is such a popular show, which has proven once again when it broke records upon its release. Now, there is an explanation to the larger cost for this season, not the least of which is that it took a long time to get back up and running and to be safe with new protocols. Second, the cast, especially the younger cast, all got pay raises for each episode that they did, so naturally that upped the cost as well. Finally, you need to remember that a lot of these episodes had a longer run time than the previous episodes of the seasons, so as a result of that makes the cost go way up. And recall that Volume 2 has 2 episodes that are basically movie length. It costs a lot to make a show like this, so remember that as you potentially complain about something you may see. Number 14. Location, location, location. Production this year was set across 3 main filming locations, more than any previous season: Atlanta, Georgia, Albuquerque, New Mexico, and Lithuania. The scenes set at Pennhurst Mental Hospital were filmed at Berry College in Rome, Georgia, about an hour and a half outside of Atlanta. It is the largest college campus in the world with 27,000 acres of land. All in all, it is cool to hear about all these locations that they got to film on, as it shows just how far they went to try and make the show feel like it was where it needed to be. Number 13. The Creole House. The real-life Creole House location is in Rome, Georgia, just a few miles from Berry College. The creative team was looking for a uniquely frightening house with a distinct presence, vertical architecture, and a third-level attic. When production designer Chris Trujillo first saw the house, it reminded him of Norman Bates' house in Psycho. The real-life Creole House was built in the 1870s and was previously a bed and breakfast. The homeowners moved from Minnesota with the intention of renovating it. About a month after they closed on the house and began renovations, the locations team for Stranger Things knocked on their door. Number 12. Quicksilver. Heading to California for some of the filming has seen a bit of change of vibe in Stranger Things 4. The costuming team collaborated with Quicksilver to design Argyle's California-specific look this season. His shoes were custom made by Vans and he wears custom tie-dye socks. Mike's California costume was also manufactured by Quicksilver. It's meant to look a little too matchy-matchy. Number 11. Converse. For the Hawkins High looks, Converse custom-made shoes in 3 different colors to match the school's palette. As a man once said, it's gotta be the shoes. Number 10. Accurate costumes. To source historically accurate costuming pieces for the Russian portions of the season, the costuming team went to Poland to pick pieces and also relied on a military advisor. The pieces you see in the show are historically accurate uniforms. The color palette in Russia skews colder with monochromatic blues and greens and contrasts with the California and Hawkins settings. Number 9. Prison time. Authenticity was an important part of the Russian storyline in Stranger Things 4. The Russian prison scenes were shot at a prison in Lithuania, which was a former prison that shut down operations in 2019. Number 8. Vecna and Freddy Krueger. The Stranger Things 4 monster Vecna was heavily influenced by Freddy Krueger from the Nightmare on Elm Street films, as well as Pinhead from the Hellraiser series. Robert Englund, the actor who famously plays Krueger in the franchise, also plays the character of Victor Creel this season. Number 7. Time to make Vecna. To apply Vecna's full-body practical look, it took a 4-man team between 6 and 7 hours. The character had to be camera-ready early in the morning, so the application process usually began around 2 or 3 a.m. and would take an extra hour at the end of the day to remove. Number 6. Contacts. Because of Argyle's specific interests, Eduardo Franco, who plays him, is wearing bloodshot contacts throughout the season. It was the first time Franco has ever had to wear contacts. Number 5. Skin. Everyone in all of the institutions this season, the Hawkins Lab, Pennhurst Mental Hospital, and Kamchatka, have been made up to reflect their drab, colorless surroundings. The makeup team used green makeup to remove the pink, healthier tones from the actor's skin. Number 4. Mimicking celebs. Originally, the Duffer brothers wanted Eddie's hair to have a look similar to David Bowie's iconic mane as Jareth in Labyrinth. The hair team based the final look on Ozzy Osbourne and other well-known band members from the 80s. Chrissy's hair design was inspired by Olivia Newton-John's character Sandy in Grease, which is a very American good girl classic cheerleader but with very 80s bangs. Jason's hair design was based on Tom Cruise's hair as Joel in Risky Business. Number 3. Scrunchies. Now you might have noticed a lot of the characters wearing hair scrunchies, which is very 80s. The costuming team makes all of the scrunchies on the show so that they match the rest of the costuming exactly. This season, Max's scrunchie has been dyed a darker color to show that she has been wearing the same one for over a year, so it looks a little dirtier and sad. Plus, at the end of Season 3, the Stranger Things hair team intentionally gave Eleven the same green scrunchie that Max wore earlier in the season as a small parting gift from her friend. Number 2. The Ring. We can forgive you for not noticing this, but in Stranger Things 4, Eleven is wearing a ring. This was meant to have been given to her by Mike at some point, further showing just how much their relationship is growing despite them very much being apart due to their new locations. No doubt between Volume 2 and Season 5, fans are hoping that Eleven and Mike don't have to worry about anything else keeping them apart. But then again, with their luck, that cannot be something you can guarantee at all. Number 1. The meaning of hair. Now you should know by now that nothing on this show is done by accident. Lucas's new flat top haircut signifies his transition into a more popular jock, and was inspired by the hip-hop duo Kid and Play. This season, Mike is trying to grow his hair out like Eddie, his new role model, so it's a little longer in the back with short layers. Will has the same bowl cut hairstyle to show he is still very tied to childhood and wants things to remain the same. Eleven's hair this season is meant to look frizzy and mousy and mirror the character's insecurity and lack of self-esteem now that she doesn't have her powers. Hopper's shaved hair this season is meant to match Eleven's shaved look in Season 1, a full father-daughter moment. As an agent of S.H.I.E.L.D. once said, "Everything's connected." So, what do you think? What do you think of this look at Stranger Things Season 4 and how these behind-the-scenes facts help shed some new light on all that is going on in it and around it? Does this make you want to watch Volume 1 again to see if you can catch these insights as they happen? What do you think is going to happen in Volume 2 when July comes around? Will it really set up Season 5? Let us know in the comments below, and we will see you next time on the channel.